think it's gonna be the first and the most reviewed stroke in the world. Everybody is asking for the topspin forehand. Player hit the best topspin forehand today in the world. It's clear. That is Rafa Nadal. That is the big Rafa, our big Rafa. Good. I'm gonna try to explain what he do to hit these strokes. Okay? And first aspect of this stroke is the distance. The distance that you need to have to hit the ball. It's not easy. If you play once in a week, 1 hour in a week, it's very difficult that you can put in the right distance to hit the ball, because you learn every day that you play to get the distance in the ball. Yeah, remember the Andre Agassi book, his father feed like 2,000 balls every day, 200 kilometers an hour. With 10 years. He was 20, he was the most and the best returner player in the world. Why? Because he throws the ball so easy. Okay? If you play once in a week, your mind don't adapt to this exactly what is the tennis. Good? If you play 20 hours a week, obviously it's another thing. Good? It's exactly the same if you play with. But we're talking about the distance. Why? Because remember this, try to imagine in golf. Good? When you play golf, if some of you play golf sometimes, if not, I'm going to explain very easy. Good? There is many golf clubs. Imagine you got a bag and you got a lot of golf clubs, irons, woods, whatever. Good? As longer your golf club is, more distance you get. For example, iron 8, iron 3. Iron 8 is 120 yards, iron 3 is 180 yards. Why? Because the distance, because the length. Good? If you hit the ball and the ball is too close to you, obviously the distance is not proper. If you hit the ball with your arm like this, you will do a very, very long distance, and the spin is going to be much, much better and much, much longer in the court. Good? Second, the very, very in front of your body hit contact in the ball. This. You have to contact the ball very, very soon in your body. You cannot do it here, because if you hit the ball here, you will finish here. If you hit the ball here, you will finish longer, and the ball is going to be better. Much, much better. You cannot imagine. How much better can be. It's the secret of tennis, it's the secret of strokes, to hit the ball in front of you. Here, more or less when you got power. Good? And very important, try to hit with your racket like this. If you do it like this, the contact in the ball is not going to be perfect. It's like boxing or karate or whatever. If you hit the ball and you do it like this, it's not the same contact that if you do it like this and try to go through the ball. Good? And they make a topspin forehand that is very high. It bounces in the middle of the court, more or less here. And then when it's in the baseline, the ball is here, so high, so difficult, so to hit it. You understand? Very, very difficult. This is 3,500 revolution in the ball. Wow! Wow, can you imagine what is that? 3,500. Wow, la, 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 la. Okay, that is the third aspect, to be flexible. You need to be flexible to hit the ball. If you're flexible, you got more power, because your kinetic chain is much better. That is, you are so fast, so hectic in German. So stressed to hit the ball. If you want to try to hit the ball very, very hard, your body is going to be with a lot of power, and your kinetic chain, stop. Go do this test at home. I don't know if you're going to hit it here. Try to hit it. If you do it, if you hit the ball and you do it like this, and the sound of your racket start to do it here, my friend, that is too late. You hit the ball here, you contact the ball here, and then you start to hit your racket. That is too late. The ball is in the other side. The sound has to be here in the beginning. Good. And then in here is the maximum speed of your racket. And then don't stop your racket. Let your racket finish by itself. Good. And the last one, and I'm gonna do some exercise. The last one, use your hips and your wrist. Your wrist is very, very important. Your wrist is make you a very, very high speed topspin the ball. Today, and many years ago too, they play with a neutral or open stance. Why? Because it's more easier. It's easier to hit the ball like this than to hit the ball like this. If you go in front, okay. But this is another thing. This is another lesson. This is a footwork. But remember this. First of all, hips and break your wrist. Hop. Hop. You see? Look at them, because they do it, all of them. Hips and break your wrist. Hop. Hop. You see? Look at them, because they do it, all of them. Good. And second, instead of you hit the ball here, when you hit the ball, do it like this with your wrist, but don't overdo it. Don't try to overdo it, because you get pain here in your hips. Try to adapt. Try to adapt your hips in the stroke. Hop. And then you will start to be very, very fast swing. Fast swing, fast top spin. There is no other. Okay, for this kind of exercise, we're gonna use two kind of balls. Classic one, tennis, can be all, no problem. It's for your practice, it's not to play. And softball. Why? Because in these two colors, you will see perfectly how is rotation, what is the rotation of your ball. Okay? So let's gonna move the camera to see the perfect. Wait one moment, let me see. Go. Don't try to control the direction of your ball. Don't do it. Don't think that you have to put the ball inside. Forget it. That is important. And in the moment that you get this stress to put the ball inside, nothing doesn't work. And try to make this move in your wrist. Do it. Do it. Good. Relax. Relax your wrist. Feed the ball a little bit higher. Don't do it too low. Do it higher. And so you can do it. You can move and try to see how is the spin of the ball. 200 of this. 200 more. Remember. Take your racket high and relax. Nothing happens if the ball is out. Important. Relax your wrist. Be flexible. Here, high, here, and then this exercise. Good. Hop. Okay? If you do 100, 200, 300, and you start to feel the way, get this ball. Get the balls, and you will see how the balls rotate. How the balls rotate. Don't try to hit hard. It's not needed. The speed of your stroke is here, in your wrist. Up, up, not here in your arm. Your arm have to be like a Mexican lasso, you know? We put a goal in the court. Put a goal, wherever there is a goal. I don't know if you can see it from here. Look at this, the beginning. Do it for inside, outside the strokes, because your arm have to be long, very, very extended. If you do it cross, your arm is gonna be in your body. Look at this, and now we do it 100. 50% of your power. Don't do anything else. Just do that this. All with the same. Good. Always the same. Always the same stroke. Always the same stroke. Be constant. Be always the same. Don't try to change. This is your stroke. Don't try to change. Now I'm gonna do this. If you relax your arm, if you get flexible, if you get flexibility in your arm, you will see that every time you hit the ball is in the same place. If you try to hit with your hand, you always try to find why I put it so long, why I put it so short, always with this, and that is not good. Look at this again. 4 balls for exactly the same ball. 1, 2, good. 4. Making the same. Always the same. In a very nice high and very in front of you, and do it like this. Look. Nothing happens if the body's out. Just love to do this exercise. Relax, hit it. Maybe in the very first day, you got pains in your hips. Probably. Because you use your hips. Everything is hips. Everything what you have to stroke, when you have to hit something, like golf, hips, like baseball, hips, up. You don't have to use it. Like a boom boom. Like him. Just you don't need anything else. You just hit the beginning and then go faster and faster and faster. Let's do it 40%, 5 balls. Let's go. Good. 40%. If you do 150 and you get all the balls inside, do it 60%. Okay, let's do it. You see? 70, 80, no more than 80. When you overpass your 80 index power, you start to losing control.